Hey students, today we are going to be focused in on our second final product, which is the narrative final product in our Quien project. We have been working our way to this final product, honestly, since checkpoint number 1. This is where you wrote new narratives from different points of view in the Three Little Pigs story. And we've also been looking at different perspectives. Once we did this in works of fiction, we then explored this in our modern news, looking at different perspectives of different news sources today. And now, after we looked at the modern news, we then transitioned to look at different perspectives in history. So now what your task is going to be is to construct a narrative where you write from the point of view from someone who was part of the Mayan, Incan, Aztec, or Tiano tribe. And what's very important is that you look to make sure that you are capturing the voice of someone else. And when I say voice, think about what would their perspective be. At the time when the Spanish were colonizing their home and taking away their home, what would their perspective of that be? What would their point of view be? Think of the person when you decide what person you want to be, whether it be maybe a teenager from that time. It also could be someone who's I've had many of you ask if you could be part of like the military or part of like a fighting force during that time, or someone who was planning celebrations that we know ended up getting infiltrated by the Spanish. So think, and I'm fine with all of those perspectives, but what's important is that you try to make sure that your voice when writing these narratives is as authentic as possible. And to do that, we need to make sure that you've really thought about the structure of your story. So that means not only you're thinking about the point of view, but you're also thinking about the setting of your story. Where does this take place? And the setting could be the indoor setting of your story, but it could also be the outdoor setting. And so to make sure that you have an authentic outdoor setting, you need to make sure you've researched the geography of the area that you're writing and that you know where these civilizations, where they existed. And so that's what we're going to explore today. In order to get the structure for your final product, we're going to look at the 4th checkpoint of the Quien project, and then you are going to start writing from this perspective. Overall, I'm looking for 300 words in the story, and it needs to be historically authentic. That means we can't have any modern technology coming up. We can't have anyone from the Marvel universe suddenly showing up and saving the day. It needs to be as historically authentic as possible. So far, I've had 7 students who have turned in their work, and I've been just absolutely amazed at the creativity that I have seen so far. Today, what my focus is that those of you who are struggling to figure out how to approach and how to write your story, that's what we are going to focus on today, is how you can get started and how you can make sure you have structured out your story to be as authentic as possible. All right, we will get started by exploring checkpoint number 4.